The word leadership has been an essential topic in business, in academia, in government, all over the world. And people keep talking about we'll have a better company, we have a better nation if we have great leaders in place. But when it comes to leadership, people see it as a mystic discourse, a mystic subject. And everybody doesn't really take responsibility when it comes to leadership. When I go to different organizations, the first thing I ask you is, what is your current leadership competency gap? Because every individual planning to grow into leadership must be very clear when it comes to the leadership competency gap. Okay, let me break it down. This is where I want to go in leadership. I want to become a senior manager, and these are the leadership requirements, and this is who I am as of today. What's my actual leadership competence as of today? So you're trying to look at the gap between where you want to go and where you are. So you must be aware. So if I ask you where are you in your leadership development, you should be able to tell me that, okay, I'm a level 2 now, I'm growing on, I'm working on this, I'm trying to master this. Now, if it's not that way, then you're playing games when it comes to your leadership development. But I'm not here to talk about leadership. I'm here to talk about one area of leadership that I'm so passionate about, and that's leadership competence and leadership character. So we have the issue of competence and character. We'll talk about this every time. I prefer someone that has character more than competence, but the way it is this is my perspective. When it comes to the issue of competence, it's almost a non-negotiable. It's just like you want to go for surgery and you're debating, do you need a competent doctor or a doctor with character? It's a no. Because if you even have an incompetent leader, then I will start questioning your selection process. I will start questioning your succession planning process. How do you empower people? How do you promote people to leadership position? We must have people that are competent in leadership. So the issue of competence talks about you understanding the mechanics of what you do. That talks about the process, about the procedures. You're very technically sound in the area of your job. You do your job very well. You perform well on the job. So let's leave the issue of competence and go to character. You see, when you talk about character, I see character from about 5 perspectives. So when you say somebody has a great character, then I start looking at some characteristics like trustworthiness. Now, are you trustworthy as a leader? And when you talk about being trustworthy, I'm looking at, are you someone everybody can count on when it counts? Do you say what you mean? Are you a snitch as a leader? Trustworthiness. Your team must be able to totally believe in you and surrender to you. I surrender, do everything. Saying, if I'm following this guy is trustworthy, I can count on him. What he's telling me is actually is the truth. But and when you talk about the second attribute I look out for in leadership is integrity. A leader that says what he means and mean what to say. But that's a part of integrity. Now, to go a bit deeper in the context of integrity, we'll start looking at do you show exemplary leadership? Are you a leader that obeys the code of conduct? Every organization has a code of conduct that's been written down by HR. This code of conduct is in alignment with the company's core values, should be in alignment with core values. So we have, these are the things we do. These are rituals. We have the artifacts that are clear, the way we dress, the way we start clocking, and we also have our policies and procedures to everything. So I want a leader that display integrity by following all the code of ethics and conduct in an environment. Then we can move to the third one of character. I want a leader that's motivated. His energy is contagious. He gets in the team and everybody just want to rally around to get things done. Strong motivation, does not give up on things. They use great words. I want a leader that is almost every time positive talking to the team, inspiring the team. That's a leader I want. Someone that doesn't give up, have strong grits, hold on a task, an assignment. Now, that's the display of motivation for me. The next one is I want a leader that has strong emotional intelligence. And when we talk about this, we've had conversations as regards emotional intelligence when we talk about self-awareness and social awareness. So I want a leader that can control self, that is not gifted to anger, and also that understands how whatever he does affect the team. His behavior affect the team. That's a very, very important part of leadership I look for. Then I also want a leader that's open. When it comes to leadership character, someone that's open to ideas, open to opportunities, open to criticism, a leader that's open, that doesn't feel victimized when they're being criticized, that's not a stereotype or someone that is parochial in thinking. Want someone that is open. Openness is very, very important. Now, let me help you bring that back in context around this. Now, when it comes to the word character, I look at the time O. I call it the time O. The T, trustworthiness. Now, the I is integrity. The M is motivation. And the E is emotional intelligence. And the O is openness. Now, these are essentially things we look out for in great leaders that have character. So when I want to promote someone, I want to put someone in a leadership position, those are the things I look out for. If these things are missing, even when you're very competent, is a no-no also. So we want great leaders only are people that are both competent and also have great character. And if you have the two combo, it's contagious. It's like a catalyst. It makes everything work in an organization. Okay, thank you for listening to me, and see you in my next post.
Certification Edge, building cross-border capabilities.